Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new episode. I'm back in the knitting corner and I think the last time I was here was about 2 weeks ago, and I think the video before that was 2 weeks before that, so I might try and make this like a fortnightly thing. I feel like I've still got a lot to show you, which is good, but again, haven't done much knitting, so I'm still going to stick to the whole sort of crafty vlog and try and talk about a bit of everything, because I am sewing a little bit more than I am knitting now, and also I've picked up one of my old hobbies so I'll talk about that a little bit later on as well, and I'll show you what I'm up to as well. But first of all, I think I might as well just start with the knitting and show you what I have been up to. So I think in the last video I showed you my Weasley jumper, and I'm pleased to say I finished the back and it is here. Ta-da! So you had to cast off on the neckline and then put the live shoulder stitches on the stitch holders. But yeah, so chuffed with it, and I think it's going to fit great. The length is really good. Like I said, I made it a little bit longer because I am quite tall and I have quite a long body. I made it a bit longer. And yeah, really happy with it. But the thing I did after I finished the back is I cast on a different project, because I really want to get the Weasley jumper done, but because it's summer, I wanted to work on a few little summery projects, and I think I briefly talked about them in the last episode. And I'll talk a little bit more about them now because all the yarn arrived about a week ago. And yeah, I just thought, you know, it's summer, I might as well try and knit a few little summery tops so I can wear them, rather than knitting, you know, a long sleeved jumper. Even though I probably will still wear it in the summer because I am quite a cold person, as in I feel the cold. I'm not cold hearted. I just feel the cold more. So yeah, I'll probably still wear a jumper, but I just thought it'd be quite nice to work on more summery. So the Weasley jumper was put on hold, but I'm so pleased with how far I've got. And actually, I recently started watching the Harry Potter films again, because we've been having really big problems with our Wi-Fi connection at home. For the past couple of weeks now, it's been terrible, and usually I like to do a bit of knitting, you know, watch some Netflix or Amazon Prime or something while I'm knitting. But because our internet's been so bad, I haven't been able to do that, so I thought I'm going to have to dig some DVDs out. I don't own that many DVDs, and I thought I'm going to watch Harry Potter again from the beginning. And it's brought memories flooding back. I mean, I was 8 years old when the first book came out. I used to pretend that the house was Hogwarts and every different room was like a different classroom and the kitchen was potions. So yeah, it was really nice to sort of watch the first one again, and yeah, it's just sort of reinvigorated my love for Harry Potter, and it's made me really want to finish this Weasley jumper. So now I'm in like two minds whether to stop knitting my other project and focus on this one. I just want to knit everything. I wish I was quicker, but I'm just a very slow knitter. So yeah, the Weasley jumper was put on hold, and the other project I am focusing on at the moment is my Skagan tee by Witchery Design. I think I said them right. There's a pattern in here. Aha, the pattern is in here. So yeah, I showed you this last time, and it's just a button up t-shirt in cotton. so it'll be nice and summery and light. And I bought it in this pink yarn, which is here, which is the Rico Baby Cotton Soft DK yarn. I think I bought about 5 balls of that, because are they 50 gram? 50 grams, yeah. And here it is. This is how far I've got. Again, I am a very slow knitter, so it is very slow going. I'm all in a tangle here now. But I done the rib, that's about 2 centimetres, and then I've just started doing the stockinette stitch. But that's how far I've done. Not very far at all. I think I've done about 10 centimetres, and I think I need to work till about 20 odd. So yeah, very, very slow going, but like I said, I haven't really had much time to really sit there and knit. I miss going on like long car journeys so I can just sit in the back and do my knitting. Let me show you the colour up close. So yeah, it's a really, really nice, like, I don't know, sort of salmony pink. But yeah, like I was saying, I'm in a little bit of 2 minds whether to keep cracking on with this or crack on with the Weasley. Oh, it's such a tough decision. I cast on the front of the Weasley jumper, so it's in my little knitting bag ready. But yeah, I don't know. I'll probably just crack on with this because, like I said, 'tis summer after all, and I don't have like any nice little knitted handmade t-shirts or things like that, so it'd be nice to add that to my collection. I'll crack on with the t-shirt. But yeah, that's all I've been working on knitting wise. The rest has been sewing, and the thing I really like about sewing is that you can sit down for like an hour and have a finished dress at the end of it, so it's really, really quick. Yeah, and knitting just takes me a long, long time. I haven't quite figured out the technique to do it quicker yet, but of course that will probably all come with time, hopefully. So yeah, in the last episode I think I was talking about that Skagen tee and this other project which I really want to work on, but I am going to finish these 2 before I start that one. And I think the thing which is putting me off this next one is using short rows. I know I can't do it. I've tried doing German short rows before and I just can't do them. I really can't. So I think that's putting me off a little bit, which is making me want to focus on finishing these 2 first, and then I can really get my teeth into that one. Is that the phrase? But anyway, I think the pattern is in my folder, which is, it's here. I was showing you my knitting folder in the last episode, and what I have actually gone and done is I have bought more folders, just plain ring binders. I think I've got pink, a green and a purple, and then a spare pink one. I don't know why I bought 2 pink ones. And then what I am doing now, because my patterns are getting ridiculous now, I've got way too many. I'm keeping the ladies in this folder. Purple has hats, scarves, other knitting patterns. The green one has men, and then the pink one is babies and kids and toys and things like that. Yeah, I had a little bit too much fun organising my knitting patterns into their new folders, because that's how I rolled on a Friday night. But yeah, anyway, let's find this one. It is called the Pride Yoke by Knits and Knots, and I actually came across this on Instagram and I just fell in love. And in the picture she's got a jumper, but I'm going to make it as a short sleeved version. I've seen quite a few people make them as short sleeved and they're just amazing, but look at the rainbow around the yoke. Oh, I love it so much. And again, the pattern asked for cotton yarn, which I ordered, and it's arrived. And I've got it in my trolley because this is like my next knitting project trolley. And then all the yarn in here is not so important projects like Christmas presents and things like that. So I've got the yarn in the little bag it came in, and I have just gone for the same colourways on the picture, but I think I'm using different yarn. I'm using Cedar Cotton DK, and I've got it in this, which is, I'm not sure if it was like the natural white, but the shade is 502. It's a sort of off-white. I didn't quite trust myself wearing white. as a gardener, it's like unheard of. And then I obviously bought the colours to do the rainbow. Let me see if I can hold them in one hand. So I got 4 balls of the off-white, and then 6 of the happy little balls. So I've just gone for blue, red, yellow, orange, purple and green. And they are this Cedar Happy Cotton double knitting. I love these tiny little balls, aren't they the cutest thing? Like, they're almost too cute to use. I'll just quickly go through the colours. So the yellow is 788. Orange is 792, blue is 786, purple 795, red 789, and green is 781. They do all have really funky names. I think the red one might be called like Red Lips or something. But yeah, I can't remember them. They have a lot of colours to choose from. But like I said, I've gone for the sort of rainbow colours because I want to recreate the one that's in the picture. I just think it's going to be such a happy thing to wear, like your own little rainbow to carry around with you. But yeah, like I was saying, the only thing that's really putting me off that pattern is using short rows. They absolutely petrify me. So if anyone has any tips or any really helpful videos that helped them learn to do it, then I would be, yeah, I'll appreciate it, because it scares me. It really scares me. But I'm gonna finish the pink t-shirt, finish the Weasley jumper, and then work on this. Hopefully by then it will still be sunny enough for me to wear it. That's the only thing I'm worrying about. But it'll be there for next year, won't it? So it's all good. So yeah, that's going to be the next project after that. And I've talked about all the other stuff which I want to work on. There's a lot of stuff that I want to work on. But let's get on to the sewing now. And as you can guess, I am wearing one of the things which I sewed. I've actually got it on with jeans, which is a little bit odd, but I quite like the look of it. They're cropped jeans, so I suppose it's like wearing leggings with your dress. You know, when you see people wearing things and you think, oh, that looks really cool, but I don't think that's going to work on me. Jeans and dresses. Who would have thought that it would have looked good? But I quite like it. Anyway, this is a jersey fabric. Such an easy pattern. It is by Berda 6911. And I have made it before in an orange jersey. Honestly, it's so easy, and it is one of those sewing projects which you could finish within an hour. There's 3 pattern pieces, And that's it. I mean, there's no zips, no buttons. It's a little bit tricky working with jersey fabric, but all I can recommend is just use zigzag stitch, and obviously don't really pull the fabric when you're putting it through the machine. Yeah, really, really easy pattern for beginners, and I love it. I spent about 4 or 5 days trying to decide whether to put sleeves on, because when I made it and when I put the body together, I hadn't attached the sleeves yet, and when I tried it on to see if it would fit, I was like, ooh, it's quite nice without the sleeves on. And yeah, I did a poll on Instagram and everything, and I think more people voted to have it without sleeves. And I was just thinking for days and days, and I couldn't decide. And then I was like, do you know what? I think I'm going to get more wear out of it if I put sleeves on. So I put 3/4 length sleeves on. I think, yeah, I just get more wear out of it, because now you can wear it in the winter with tights, with jeans, with leggings. You could wear a big jumper over it. You could wear a really nice chunky mustard cardigan with it. Still haven't found the right pattern for me to make my dream chunky mustard cardigan. But yeah, that would look really nice on here, because you've got the mustard centre of the daisies. Oh, God, I really, really want to find a pattern. But yeah, like I was saying earlier as well, I feel the cold a lot. People that know me will know that I don't deal with the cold very well, and sometimes even when it's like really sunny, I can still feel cold. I know, it's a bit weird. But anyway, I decided on the sleeves, and I'm really, really pleased with how it looks. And yeah, like I was saying, just a really simple pattern, really simple design. I did make it a little bit shorter than it said on the pattern, but that's fine to wear without trousers or leggings or anything. And yeah, I really, really love it. I really love it. It's got the simple twist on the front there as well. So yeah, really chuffed with how this turned out. And a really, really quick, easy sewing project. So completely recommend it for beginners. The other thing I am working on after I finish this was my gingham dress, which is a really, really old pattern I've had in my stash for about probably more than 4 or 5 years. It is Cynthia Rowley Simplicity K2250, and it's just a strappy dress, just a really strappy dress. And I think that one is black and white stripe, but in my fabric stash I had this gingham fabric, and I'm trying to use the fabric which is in my stash already, even though I tidied it the other day, and now I have like a big old chunk of room which I could put more fabric. So what I'm trying to do is use the fabric that I've got, or finish a project, then go out and buy fabric for the next project. But anyway, I started this one. This is the front of the bodice. There were loads of pleats, loads of darts. I think it's meant to make sort of like a runched bodice. This was the bit that I was dreading. That actually did take me a little bit of a while, but I'm not going to be able to hold it up. But the fit, I think, is going to be okay. So also what I found with Simplicity fabrics is you need to measure yourself, because I usually wear like a size 10, sometimes a 12 on the trousers, because I've got really big hips. But with the Simplicity patterns, I work by a size 14. So yeah, make sure you measure yourself and go by those measurements, not by the measurements that you usually buy clothes in the shop. So yeah, I've done the bodice. I've started to sew all the other little bits, but I need to iron them, and then just sew it all together. But I haven't worked on this for a couple of days now. So yeah, I'm going to finish that, and then there are 3 sewing projects which I really want to work on. The first one, again, I'm in a dilemma. Like, I just want to sew them all at the same time. But I think I'm going to do this one next because I think it's going to be the easiest. I might actually do it before I finish the gingham one, because I'm so excited about it. And it's just a wrap skirt by Simplicity 8606. And there's different lengths. And you can do it with the, what do you call that? Flounce? Yeah, you can do it with or without. So I'm going to do the one that she's wearing, which is quite a nice length. It's about knee length. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the main body of the skirt in one of these colours. And then I'm going to do the gathered flounce. I don't know if I'm saying that right. The gathered bit at the front in the other colour. I don't know which way round yet. But I got this fabric from John Lewis. Let me show you it up close. It's exactly the same pattern, but different colours. So you've got the mustard and the navy. And like I said, I'm going to do sort of a patchwork skirt, which I'm so excited about. I've actually seen similar skirts in places like Fat Face and shops like that. So I thought I'm going to try and make my own. And again, I think this is going to be quite easy. I think the only thing I'm worrying about is the gathering on that big gathered bit. Probably might take a while, but I might see if I think I've got a rolled hem foot for my sewing machine, so I might try and do that. But that's going to be that project. The other one is the halter neck dress, which was completely inspired by the Great British Sewing Bee, which I love. I won't talk about it like I talked about it in the last episode, but I really, really loved it. So glad she won. I don't know if I'm going to ruin it for everyone. It's been over a week now, but I'm glad the person that won it. Anyway, they had to make a halter neck dress, I think a couple of weeks ago now. And I really wanted to make one. So I got this pattern. It is a retro butterick pattern from 1952. And it is B6682. Yeah, it's just a halter neck dress. You can make a little jacket as well, but I probably won't make a jacket. And it actually says to use poplin, linen, cotton, but I'm going to use viscose in this fabric because I love the drape of viscose in dresses. Cotton can be a little bit stiff sometimes. I'm going to use this fabric, which I think is quite retro, a little bit vintagey looking. This was from Fabricland, and I think it was about £5.99 a metre. I had to get about 2.5 meters, but I got 3 meters. And I got a zip and some bias binding and some hook and eyes as well to match. So that's all ready to go. Just need the sunshine to come back for that one. Sunshine seems to have, I don't know, it's come out a little bit today, but it's really, really windy. And then the next sewing project after that is for my mum. She saw this fabric, which is exactly the same fabric as what I'm using in my skirt, but she just bought the mustard colourway. And she wanted me to make her a dress, but she didn't know what dress, so I said, right, just get 2.5 meters because that's like a basic amount that you need for a dress, I find. And then she was looking through my patterns when we got home, and she came across this one, which I think I actually bought for her a few years ago now, but never got around to making her. And she wants me to make the dress in this fabric. So that's what I'm going to do. It's quite a nice, simple dress, and with a really nice little skirt. I don't know what you call that. Like a little peplum at the bottom. But again, it says, yes, it's easy. The only thing I'm worrying about with this pattern is the main body is made up of 6 panels. So there's 6 panels on the back and 5 panels on the front. And what I said to her would be nice is if you can try and line up each seam so it's, you know, it looks like it's seamless, the pattern. But she was like, oh, it doesn't matter if, you know, the flowers don't match up and things. But I think the little inner perfectionist in me is like, no, the flowers need to line up. So I'm going to see how difficult that will be. I think it might be a bit too difficult. But yeah, that's what she wants anyway. So I said I would make that for her. I got the zip and the thread for that the other day. So I will have to get round to that. And yeah, that's all the sewing projects lined up. Probably for like the next month. Ooh. Yeah, I think that's about it for sewing really. Let me check. Yes. Yeah, that's it for the sewing. I'm going to talk about... I'm just going to quickly mention about my friend Helen's shawl. She knitted me... Oh, I can talk about this as well. Hang on. Let me talk about the shawl first. She knitted me this shawl for my birthday. And I love it so much. I love it. Quite a lot of you have asked about the pattern that she used. As you can see, it's really nice and long to just wrap it around you, and it's quite light and a little bit lacy, so it's perfect for these summer evenings when you're feeling a little bit chilly. So yeah, I asked her for the pattern because so many of you asked about it, and she said she got it by a lady called Andrea Mowry, and it is called Find Your Fade. She said she slightly modified it, so yeah, Find Your Fade by Andrea Mowry. That's the pattern that she used. Yeah, I love it so much. Also, Helen is having a giveaway over on her knitting vlog. She does the most amazing knitting vlogs, so go and check her out. She's the loveliest person. I'm so lucky to call her a friend. She's just amazing. But yeah, she's doing a giveaway at the moment. Her YouTube name, I was going to say Instagram then. Her YouTube name is The Fox in the Purple Coat, and I will put a link in the description for you as well to go and check her out, because yeah, she's my knitting hero. She's amazing. I put this rail up a week ago, I think. I love it so much. I wanted to have a rail under my shelf, so I've got somewhere to sort of display my hand knitted garments. And we got this one from IKEA. My dad put it up and I love it so much. It fits in that space really well. It doesn't get in the way of the armchair. And yeah, I've got a few of my hand knits there. I've also got a little like a moth deterrent. I'm hoping it works because I don't want any moths landing on my knitwear and ruining it. But yeah, I think the rail was about £6 from IKEA. And yeah, it looks lovely. I love it. It's like complete now. It's still got the really dodgy paint samples where I couldn't match up to the colour of the wall, but never mind. Also, forgot to talk about this. This is something so special to me, to our family, and yeah, we thought we had lost it, but when my parents went in the little attic room that we've got, they found it, and oh my gosh, so happy. It is a hand knit baby blanket, which I thought was wrapped around my brother, my sister and me when we were babies, but I've been trying to do a little bit of research into it. Let me show you it first. Oh, I love it so much. So it's quite big, and it's got this lovely lace around the edge, but it's got quite a few holes in it, and I would love to be able to send it away to someone who can professionally repair it, because I wouldn't have a clue how to do that, and it's so treasured, that I don't want to ruin it. So if anyone can recommend a company or someone that I can send this to pay for them to repair it for me, I would be very, very thankful for your help, because I want this to be, in the family for generations. I want, if I have kids, I want to wrap them in this blanket when they come back from the hospital, and it's just I love it. But yeah, like I was saying, I've been trying to do a little bit of research into it, because ever since I was little, my mum always insisted that my nanny Betty knitted this, who was my dad's mum. And I know that she really liked knitting, and she liked crochet, and she liked sewing and things like that. So I always just thought she knitted it, and then now my mum's not sure who knitted it. And I've been trying to ask my aunties on both sides, on my dad's side and my mum's side, if they knew, if they knew who knitted it. But nobody knows. And because both of my nans knitted, I don't know. I don't know. But either way, it's so special. I didn't actually know my nanny Betty. She died before I was born. And my nanny Beryl, she died about 3 years ago now. So it's very treasured. Ooh, getting all emotional now. It's very, very special. So I'd quite like to get that repaired, and just, I feel like I need to put it in like a Ziploc bag or something to keep it safe. But yeah, it's beautiful. So yeah, if anybody knows anyone who can fix it for me, then send me some details, please. Right, on to the other hobbies which I've picked up, because I don't have enough hobbies, do I? I was watching the lovely So Raimi vlogs on YouTube, and I think it was in one of her recent ones, she was showing herself making her scrapbook, and I think she did a scrapbook on what she's been up to in the past month, like a monthly one. And then I thought, I haven't scrapbooked in ages. And when I used to do it all the time, I used to have to make scrapbooks at college and at uni, for art and photography, and it was my favourite thing ever. And I have all these supplies that I have on my shelf, like pretty paper and cut out letters and washi tape and little labels, and I don't know what else. But I have loads of stuff. So I was rummaging through it the other day to have a look to see what I had, and I've decided to make a handmade journal of all my handmade clothing. So the clothes that I've sewn, the clothes that I've knitted, cross-stitch projects, anything which I've made, I'm going to put in this scrapbook. And I think, going back to the blanket, I think it would be quite nice for me to look back on, like in the future, and be like, oh look what I made, I made all this stuff. But it might also be quite nice for, future generations to look back and be like, oh look, Auntie Katie knitted me that teddy, or something like that. Would have been quite helpful with one of my nans, documented that they made the blanket, but yeah, so I did start. I got a scrapbook. I found some, I think it was like fabric paper to put on the front, which is sewing related. And then, yeah, I've just started to do some basic pages because I haven't printed any pictures off yet. And what I have done is I've put all the things which I'm going to put in there, like Jacob's superhero set, my dad's Monty jacket, Peter Rabbit scarecrow, Snood, all in the order of the things that I've made them. So then I think I've got to about halfway. I've got the denim dress and the jersey dress here. Yeah, I've done like half of it with projects already. And then obviously as and when I make things, I can add them in there in the order that I've made them. So that's the plan anyway. I dusted off my old printer and put it in a nice little spot on my desk. I spent about 3 hours trying to print out some pictures yesterday to realise that there's probably a reason why I didn't use my printer, because it's rubbish. I think it cost me like £20 about 10 years ago, and it's just the worst quality. So that's going to move from there because it's taken up valuable space. And I'm going to use the laser printer downstairs. I did think maybe I could have sent away for the pictures to be printed, but then it works out quite expensive, and I was thinking, I could have put that money in a pot to buy a better printer. Anyway, it's all sorted now, so I'm going to order some photo paper and print out the pictures. There are 35 projects ready to go in there. That's not all the things that I've made, it's just the things that I've got pictures of, and the things that I want to document in that book. But yeah, I thought it would be quite a nice little thing to do, and I'm going to have like a little bit. The first page is just going to be like about me and how I got into sewing and all that. Then the two next pages are going to be pictures of like my sewing room and this little knitting nook. And then it'll be the projects. But yeah, completely inspired by So Ray Me. Yeah, really excited to get scrapbooking again. The other thing which I've sort of picked up, I haven't delved into it much now, but I bought myself a new set of brushes. And I do really want to start, and it's something I've been wanting to do for ages with my allotment. I wanted to sit down and paint and do oil pastels and watercolours and just paint the allotment and paint the flowers and, you know, allotment scene. I just think it would be really, really nice. I've actually bought quite a few little scrapbooks over the years to do just that. You know, little sketch drawings, but never got around to do it. And then, let me just get them to show you. When my mum was going through the attic, she found my old art folder and she found these paintings. I'm not sure when I painted them, but I painted this little one. I think it was probably with acrylics, probably 10 years ago or more than 10 years ago. And then I painted this big one on plastic. I don't quite know why. But I completely forgotten about them. I was a bit like, what? Who painted them? I actually really like them. Like, blowing my own trumpet here, but I actually really, really like them. And yeah, it just made me want to paint. Because I used to love painting. I used to, you know, I loved art at school. I went on to study art at A level. And I just loved it so much. And then stopped, you know. I suppose life gets in the way and stuff like that. But yeah, it made me really want to just sit down and paint. So I think I'm going to try and do that a little bit more. Yeah, I think these were painted from photographs which I took at Osborne House on the Isle of Wight. So I'm going to look through my pictures and see if I can do like a little flower series, I think. But yeah, very, very happy to have found them. My mum has Bugsied them to put on her wall in her bedroom, but I'm like, no, I think I might keep them because my bedroom's pink. they suit it quite well. And I forgot that I painted them, so I'm a little bit like, ah. But yeah, I think that's about it, really. Yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, just really, really busy. Like I was saying, I haven't had much time to really, really crack on with projects. I try and find, little spare moments here and there, but work has just been so busy. Obviously we're self-employed, so we don't really get any time off. That's the only thing with being self-employed. You never, ever, ever switch off from work. It's always there. But yeah, it's been amazing, don't get me wrong. The support and the customers have just been amazing, and it's been so good to be able to work through lockdown, to be able to keep going. We would have actually been setting up for the Hampton Court Flower Show tomorrow. Oh no, we would have been setting up this weekend, but it would have been opening tomorrow. I love Hampton Court. Last year it was amazing. So yeah, that's a little bit sad. But we are cracking on. We're still working. The orders are slowing down a little bit now. But yeah, just happy to still be able to do the things that we're doing. Been quite lucky in that sense. But yeah, anyway, I'm rambling now. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna go and have a cup of tea, and then I might do some knitting. Oh no, I know what I might do. I cut out the pattern for that wrap skirt, so I think I'm gonna go and cut out the fabric for that. That's what I'm gonna do. But anyway, I really, really hope you enjoyed that video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.